Alright guys, welcome back beautiful people. Right now we want to take a look at what loops really means. We have two categories of loops, and we have the for loops and the while loops. And why are we even using this? It's just like a way of controlling the flow of how our program really executes, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to try to think of a real life scenario on how this thing is actually applicable, so that we'll know the reason why we are even using it in the first place. Okay, so let's say for instance you have lists of drivers in your company, and you just want to verify probably whether a particular name is on the list or not. You can technically use for loop to actually do this, and let's just check it out. It's just like a normal thing. If when I say drivers, I mean categories of names, which I can typically use array to create this. So I can say const I can say const drivers, and I can't say the how many drivers we have in our company. So let's say for instance we have 3. You can separate it by comma 1, 2, and 3. So what are the names? All right, so I think I have James, I have Israel, and I have Khalid. Okay, so that these are the 3 people that drives in our company. And how can I actually know? Probably I think there are 4. Let me add Tosin. Okay, so right now I just want to have the list of all these people. If I want to do that, how can I actually achieve that? I can say okay, for this is just like a normal convention. Use a single this is plural, so let me just use the singular of the plural versions of my variable, which is my array. So I can say driver of drivers. So what I want to do right there is that I just want to use this particular driver name to connote this particular drivers. So for into brackets, inside your conditions, you make sure that for keyword is used to connect the name that you want to use and the name that is already been existing as the variable name. Okay, so right now what we want to do here is this. Okay, just want to display. We want all these names to be appear. So don't forget our console.log is what we are going to use to make it visible. Okay, so I can now say driver. So if anybody asks me why is this thing not in single quotes and double quotes, this is because we are actually using a variable. Okay, so once this has been done, we can technically roll this. Let's just roll this. So fine, this is not actually showing us what we want to see because we've not saved it. So let's save it, and let's check it out. Okay, so you can see it gives me the names of all the drivers. So let's now say for instance, if I want to know whether a particular driver is on the list or not, how am I going to do that? So all I need to do is just to introduce what is called an if statement. So if James is on the list, kindly tell me that James is on the list. Okay, if Khalid is on the list, kindly tell me that Khalid is on the list. So if I think I'm going to pick this so that it's going to actually help me to open the close brackets. Okay, so if driver, I am now going to use the word driver is equals to Israel. Okay, Israel. Just tell me console.log Israel. Don't forget, I have to terminate with semicolon. I always like to do this first because most times when you're writing a whole lot of code, you forget to terminate and you now be tracing errors. So okay, so Israel is on a list of drivers. Okay, so let's now check it out. So here we just have to reload and let's check what is happening. So you can see James Israel Israel is on a list of drivers. So this thing, what it does is that it's whether you like it or not, it's going to loop through everything until you break, until you actually stopped it. So okay, how can we now stop it? By the time this thing is searching and it gets to history, you're going to use a keyword called break. So under the execution of the console.log, just put break. So okay, by the time you do that, we're running it and let's check it out. Okay, so by the time you do that, you can see James Israel is on the list. Okay, let's say for instance now you want to search through all your code and you want to ensure that okay, you want to pick James. So the moment this thing recognizes James, it's not going to execute again, it's just going to execute James alone. So let me load this and let's reload. Okay, you can see James. By the time you look to James, it stopped there, like James is already on the list. So this is the concept of what for this is the concept of what this is the concept of for loop. Okay, so right now what we want to do is this. We want to take a look at how to actually make use of while loop. Okay, while loop, before I actually diving into while loop, there is one thing I would just want you to understand here, and that thing is, you know, this for and while loop, you are going to be making use of it a lot to control the flow of the program. Okay, so now what is while loop? Okay, here let me just show you something. Okay, let's take for instance you want to log in into a particular website. You want to call it loading, so for 100 seconds, so let me say 50 seconds. So here all you need to do, if you want to introduce why introduce your condition statement. Okay, all right, so right now the thing is this, you know, if you want to introduce while, you just have to put your condition statement. So here let's assume that this is 100. I just want to make it so simple. Yeah, so we have loading. If loading is less than 50, we just have to give it a console.log console.log. So console.log. So here what we want to do is that we want to put loading. So if we try to execute this particular code, what this thing is actually going to do is going to be executing till eternity. So if you want to just, I can't run this code right now because this thing, by the time it's checking less than 50, it will load. Loading less than 50, it will load. Less than 50, it will load. So we don't want this thing to be happening. So we need to make sure that it iterates. So when it gets to 50, it's actually going to stop. So loading, just add plus plus. So by the time you do that, let's check it out and let's see it goes. Don't forget, let is also a way of trying to assign data type. So here by the time you click on it, you can see it's going to load until it gets to 50. So when it gets to 0 to 49, so when it gets to 49, it's actually going to stop. So this is the concept of using while is just a way of controlling your flow of code as well. Right now, this is where I'm actually going to stop. You successfully complete the series of the basic things you need to know about JavaScript. So in the next episode of this tutorial, I am going to create a real life application using all these skills I've actually acquired. Right now, this is where I'm actually going to stop for now. I'll be expecting you guys feedback, comments, likes, and how we can actually improve on this. Thank you guys for watching.